But we went quite a bit and all that. But anyways, I'm gonna show y'all how it's not as easy as people think. There's a lot of rules to tennis. Like you could play either singles or doubles. And if you play singles, I mean they have the same rules, but on a court, it's like a rectangle. Like picture a rectangle box, and then there's lines on the sides. And in singles, you can't hit the ball on those side lines, otherwise it's out. But they're in for doubles. We call them the double lanes. And then your points, the server, we always call it the points. And you're not supposed to ask your opponents because they will lie to you if they get the opportunity to. And you always say your score first. And there's different ways to say it. Like you can either go 15, 30, 40 game, or the way I do it, I'll say like 5, 3, 4 game. And so if I'm serving the ball and I get the first point, then I'll say 15 love, and I'll go onto the opposite side of the court to serve the next point, and you have to rotate every time. And then once you get the deuce, which would be 40-40 or 4 all, then you have to ask your opponent either like if they want the serving side or the opposite side, and they get to choose. Unless you're playing ad, which would be like tournament season, then you have to serve on the regular side first. And if you get the point, you would say add in and come on this side to serve. And then if they get the point, you have to redo it all. So you start back from deuce, but if you get the point, then it's done. And then the racket, usually you want to line up, okay, your arm, you want to line this part up with the stem of the racket. So you hold it to where this lines up to hit your forehands. And your backhands, all you want to do is grab it with this hand to hit it. So it's like the same thing, just put this hand on top. And when you hit your forehand, you always want to step with the opposite foot. That way you can always see the ball. If you step this way, the ball is like to the back of you and you can't see it right. So always make sure like you step with this hand, and then you want to start down low and swing up to high. And you have to do like the rotation of the wrist when you come up. And it's same for the backhand. You like just rotate it up. There is a way, like you can do a one-handed backhand. You would, instead of going like this, you would rotate it a little bit, and you step, and just you go up with it, and that would be your one-hand backhand, which is quite easy. And then when you serve, you want to have your forehand grip, and you just want to toss it up and take the step and come down like this. So you want to make sure that your wrist like rotates down, otherwise your ball will probably like fly way out. I mean, there's different ways to do serves. That's like the way we teach everyone. And then for an overhead, when you're at the net, it's going to be like the same thing as serve. Because your serve, you're going to come up and you're going to hit it like this. Like you're going to toss the ball, and at the highest point, you're going to hit it down. So when you're actually at the net, you want to like point to the ball as if you're like tossing it up and holding your hand up. So you point at it, and then you come up and you just hit it down the same way. But same goes for your forehand and your backhand. Like you always want to step with the opposite foot. So if it's up at your forehand for an overhead, you step with this one and hit it. Or if it's at your backhand, you step with this one and like go down and hit it. And then the position on the court, if you play singles, you always want to stand back at the baseline, which is the line all the way on the end. Unless they hit like a really short ball that's by the net, then you run up and you'll play net, which is just volleys, which again would be like your forehand grip, and you just like volley over every time, which is like a tap. And then if you play doubles, you want the person serving or receiving to be back at the baseline, and the opposite person has to be like, there's going to be boxes, and the opposite person, like your partner, has to be up at the box, which is playing net. And then if you're receiving, you're going to like receive it, play out the point, and then after the point's done, you're going to go up to the box and play net, and your partner is going to be back at the baseline, and you just keep like switching until the game is over. And then if you're serving, you're always going to stay at the baseline, and your partner's always going to stay up at net, unless they hit like, if they return it and they like do like a volley kind of like, it's going to hit right in front of the net. So you're going to run up, and then you both would play like double net, and then if they lob it over you, which would be like an overhead, if you can't get it, you have to like back up, and both of y'all should back up, and then y'all would both play double back. But that's pretty much the game of tennis. So now y'all can like go out and try a new sport, you know. That's it.